somebody offered you a cure for death? Not as some sci-fi concept, but right now on a website you can just visit. Well, today we're diving deep into AGT 8000.life, a digital world that's making that exact, absolutely staggering promise. And yet, they don't beat around the bush. Right on the homepage, there it is. No complex medical jargon, no hedging their bets. It's a headline that's designed to grab you, to speak to that really deep-seated, ancient human fear. The big question is, what's actually behind it? So, what are we really looking at here? I mean, what are they actually selling? Is it a product, a new kind of philosophy, or is it something else completely? To figure that out, we've really got to look at how all these strange pieces fit together. Their unconventional science, this whole crypto-based economy they've built, and the interactive tools that are all designed to make immortality feel, well, real. All right, here's our game plan. We're going to start with the cure itself, then we'll try to unpack the very bizarre science of something called the Love Think protocol. After that, we'll follow the money, see how their immortality economy works, and we'll wrap up by test driving the tools that promise you a digital afterlife. Okay, first up, the core proposition. So according to this website, what's the very first step you take on the road to living forever? It is probably not what you're thinking. Yeah, you heard that right. Your journey to eternal life doesn't start with some fancy genetic test or a doctor's visit. It starts with a shopping trip. You have to buy exactly 28 pounds worth of books from their online store. It's a very specific and pretty interesting way to get started. And here's the kicker. When you buy these books, you're not just getting something to read. You get the right to claim a digital asset called AGT, which stands for Advanced Genetic Synthesis Technology. And this isn't just some token. It's supposedly your claim ticket for an extra 800 years of life. And this is where the scale of this whole thing just becomes mind-boggling. You make a purchase for 28 pounds, and that unlocks a digital asset that the site values at 8.4 times trillion US dollars. I mean, the return on investment is almost laughable. But, to justify a number like that, you're going to need some pretty powerful science, or at least something that sounds like it. Which brings us to Section 2, the Love Think protocol. So beyond just extending your life, the website also claims to have a specific cure for cancer. And it is built on let's just say, a very unique set of ideas. So, at the very heart of their science is this thing called the Love Think protocol. Now, stick with me here. The theory they present is that your heart has a little brain with about 40,000 neurons. And if your main brain were to, go offline, this backup processor in your heart kicks in, using something they call emotional logic to get all your systems working again. It's a creative take on neurocardiology for sure. And this is where it just gets stranger. The cancer treatment they propose isn't a drug or radiation. It's a process that mixes deep philosophy with, techno jargon. Step 1, the system asks your body 8 philosophical questions. Then it hijacks a cell message to sneak inside. And finally, it uses temporal checkpoints to spot errors in a cancer cell's internal clock and basically tells it to self-destruct. It is a lot to process. And here is where you, the user, get directly involved. To actually make this cancer removal happen, you're given this giant block of text that looks like computer code. And the instructions are crystal clear. You have to manually cut it, copy it, paste it, hit enter, and then save it. Twice. It basically turns a medical treatment into a kind of digital ritual. Okay, on to Section 3, the immortality economy. This is where we get into the business model, where that promise of living forever gets tied into a custom-built digital economy. And here it is, eternal life with a price list. For $100, you can get the standard 8,000-year life extension. But hey, for $500, you can upgrade to premium immortality. And just look at what you're buying. It's not just more years. It's things like doubling your soul and luck. This is the complete commodification of existence itself. And of course, the whole thing is built on a crypto ecosystem. You've got AGT for your life extension, a fancier AGT Gold, and then there's this other token, Bitcoin AI, which is specifically pitched as the money you'll use for your new super long life. They didn't just sell you the concept of immortality, they're selling you the whole economy that goes with it. And the list of promises is, it's all-encompassing. Physically, they claim it'll rejuvenate your body back to its creation state, get rid of cancers. Spiritually, It'll empty all sacks of sins. And hey, even financially, you might get some Bitcoin airdrops. It's a total package for your body, your soul, and your crypto wallet. All right, section 4, your digital afterlife. To make all of this feel a bit less, abstract, this site has these interactive tools that are meant to let you experience these ideas. Let's check them out. So maybe the most intense tool on the whole site is the Day of Death calculator. It's just a simple prompt, but it's asking what is arguably life's biggest and most terrifying question, and it turns all that existential dread into a user interface. And when you actually engage with it, the tool plays out this little simulation of a biotech scan. It uses all this technical-sounding language like awaiting DNA signature input and calculate death line, all to create the feeling that a real, legitimate, personalized medical thing is happening. This tool right here, the non-electric brain decoder, it perfectly captures the site's whole strategy. You get this massive, world-first claim right up top, but then, tucked away in the fine print, is the quiet disclaimer, conceptual demonstration only, and not scientifically validated. This exact pattern, huge promise, followed by a quiet little step back, it's everywhere on the site. And as you get toward the end of your tour through this world, the whole tone starts to shift. It goes from being an invitation to more of a command. This quote completely reframes the whole deal. Living forever isn't just an opportunity anymore, it's your duty. In the end, AGT 8000.life exists at this really fascinating and frankly uncomfortable intersection. It's where commerce slams right into our deepest human desire to conquer death. And it makes you wonder, in a world where pretty much anything can be packaged and sold, what's the price we're willing to pay for forever? And what does it say about us that a promise this huge can be bought with just a click?